Welcome to the Kayla Lee Show. We're about to leave behind those old school beliefs and those low vibe limitations that lead you to exhaustion and to burnout as you grow your business. Together, we will explore how you can 2x your revenue in the next 90 days, how you can reclaim back 10 plus hours of your week, how you can rapidly create a multi-6-figure business or a 7-figure business in less than 12 months. This episode is all about how I stopped treating my business like a hobby, and because I did so, I was able to 4x my growth and revenue. So this is a bit of a vulnerable share, but I hope that my story truly lands deeply for you and shifts something for you. So the first 6 years of my business, I could not break through 35,000K in revenue, even if I tried. There was anything that I was doing just was not fucking working. I was not getting the results. I didn't even know what results I was wanting. I didn't know what growth I desired. I didn't even know what I wanted to achieve in my business because I truly just looked at my business like it was a hobby. And because I looked at my business like it was a hobby, I managed my business like it was a hobby. I showed up in my business like it was a hobby. I was in out frequency. I had lack of consistency, zero responsibility, zero accountability for the results in my business, right? I didn't even desire to create more revenue. At that season of my life, I literally did not want to create more revenue. And I'll tell you why. 2 reasons. I got told the worst advice that could ever be told to any woman in the world. I got told that I should never exceed 75K in revenue because I didn't want to pay for GST. That is fucking insane. If you've ever been given this advice, please extract it from your conscious, throw it in the bin. Honestly, that is the worst advice I ever got given. The reality is that is the mindset of lack and scarcity. That is the mindset of a hobby. Having that mindset will keep you small for forever. Having that mindset that you do not want to exceed $75,000 in revenue because you don't want to pay for GST is quite literally insane. I know, because that is one of the reasons that I kept small for so long. The reason why I didn't desire to create more revenue for so long in business. The other reason was because I had my babies. For the first 6 years of my business, I actually was popping out multiple babies, 3 babies in 4 years, which is insane. Now, that reason alone, my season of life was that my hours were limited. My work, my passion, my goal was really just put to the side. I truly didn't crave achieving growth in my business until my babies were a little older. Until they got to 2, I was like, I'm ready. Let's do it. Let's fucking go. But up until that point, I absolutely was just happy that I could go to work on a Saturday and possibly on a Friday and make $600 or $700 in a day. To me, that felt like I fucking won the jackpot. But the reality is that I didn't even allow myself to vision any bigger. I didn't allow myself to expand what was possible. I truly was limited, and I was truly limiting myself through my own beliefs. And one of those beliefs were that I didn't want to exceed $75,000 in revenue because I didn't want to pay GST. That felt like I was giving money away to the government. Have you ever felt like this in business? Have you ever felt like you're looking at your taxes and you're like, fuck no, I don't want to pay them. I'm going to hustle as much money in cash to the side so that ATO doesn't find me or figure me out or find my fucking dirty little secret. Fuck off. That is so insane. Having that mentality will literally limit what your possibilities are. Let me just paint a picture for you. You make $150K in revenue, you'll be paying taxes, but you'll be earning $75,000 of profit in your pocket, wages for your family, holidays and adventures and fucking investment properties and generational wealth. So you are literally limiting yourself and what is available to you simply by looking at your business like it's a hobby. Your business can be so much more than a hobby. It doesn't mean that you have to work 5 days a week to have a business that is a fucking powerhouse CEO, multi-6-figure business. There is a world where you can create more revenue and it will exceed $75,000 in revenue, but the taxes that you pay will be nothing in comparison to the revenue and the profit that you are making that is in your pocket for your family. The first thing that I did was shift my mindset. Shift and release the limitation to not exceed $75,000. I shifted the way I showed up in my business. I started to take accountability and responsibility with my finances and my business, and I started treating it like I was a CEO. The more I stepped into a 6-figure CEO, the more money that I was able to hold in my business, the more growth that I experienced in my business. If you want to know the secret between where I was at 35K years and where I am now, the difference is that I have a mindset and I have the audacity to show up in my business like a fucking 7-figure CEO. I'm an absolute powerhouse. There is nothing in my whole body that will stop me from achieving what I have in my mind. And I know that. The difference is that I show up in my business. I do not look at it like it's a hobby. It is absolutely far from a hobby. My reality is, as I've grown my team, as I've built 2 multi-6-figure businesses, it's become non-negotiable for me to manage my business like a fucking boss. If I cannot manage my finances like a CEO, if I cannot understand and know my numbers so I can make fucking business decisions that give me growth in my business, how can I hold the responsibility of managing my team? It's not just me that needs to get paid at the end of the week, it's my team as well. It's my investments as well. To grow your business, to lean into more growth in your business, it will require you to show up in your business like the woman that you need to be to achieve the goals that you desire. If you want to show up in your business and you want to build a team and you want to build a fucking empire, you need to stop looking at your business like it's a hobby. You need to start looking at your finances with fucking desire for there to be more, to feel safe and confident and comfortable with looking at your bank account, to be safe and confident and comfortable with your numbers. Because the reality is, the more your business grows, the more your team grows, the more your wages grow, the more your super grows, the more your revenue grows, the more your tax grows, the more your commitments grow. Could you hold a 7-figure business or a team of 20 stylists or makeup artists right now? Do you have what it takes to show up in your business with accountability and responsibility to manage and lead a team right now? Are you showing up as that woman right now? This is the difference between where I was treating my business and showing up in my business as a hobby versus where I am now. I could no longer manage my business and finances with this in-out frequency and energy that I was holding for the first 6 years of my business. The more my team grew, the more responsibility I had to ensure that they absolutely got paid. Just like the more my business grew, the more responsibility I had to understand where my business financial position was at. It's actually really empowering when you understand your business, when you understand your money, when you understand where your position is, where your revenue is, what your monthly expenses are, what your profit is, what your forecast is going to be for the growth in your business over the next 12 months. It is so empowering. It's actually incredibly expansive to truly understand your numbers in business. And yet it's one of the biggest challenges that everybody has in our industry is that they struggle to confidently look at their bank account without fear and scarcity or judgment of they should be further along. They should have more in their account. How many of you have ever looked at your bank account and just fucking closed out of it because it's freaking you the fuck out? There's no way you want to have your head up, poking around, looking into any of the challenges or responsibilities that you should have handled, yet you're putting your head in the sand. How many times do you have an invoice coming through in your emails and you just like, archive, put it into another email file because you're like, I can't even process looking at you right now because I'm freaking the fuck out because I have no idea what the fuck is going on with my money. I'm swearing so much on this potty episode. I'm so passionate about this. The reality is, how you show up in business and how you show up doing one thing in your life is how you do everything. I would invite you to explore the idea of how you're managing your money in your business. Is that also reflecting in your personal life? Do the same challenges and problems show up in your business as well as your personal life? Do you look at your finances in your business and freak the fuck out? Is it the same for your personal life? Or do you look at your money and look at your bank accounts with joy and excitement and like a full body expansion because you know that you're just at the beginning of your journey and it's only going to fucking get better from here? What does it feel like to look at your bank account? What does it feel like to vision what the next 12 months are going to look like? Is it like you're completely elated by the excitement of what is possible? Or do you feel truly, deeply like there is no clients out there, they're not going to pay for your services, you completely overcharge yourself, you need to reduce your prices? Is there scarcity and lack that shows up in all areas of your business? Because this was the shift for me. The shift from treating my business like a hobby and forexing my growth and revenue and my team simply by showing up like the CEO woman with a 6-figure business that I desired to be. When I started to manage my money and know my numbers and understand my business financial position deeply, intimately, confidently, so much more shifted. I was able to make decisions based on where my business was at. I was able to lead my business and my team to greater heights based on understanding my numbers, knowing where we were at. I can forecast our revenue. I can forecast our growth. I can understand when an investment is a fucking sensational idea, and I can understand when it's not. How do you feel about your finances? Does that land for you? Do you feel in power when you think of your finances in business? Or do you feel disempowered? This is what I'm going to be sharing in my Money Magnetism Program coming up that starts on the 18th of July. This is one powerful conversation over 3 modules that is going to help you create more habits, more strategies, and mindset shifts that will literally transform your world. It's your step from treating your business like a hobby to forexing your revenue and growth and showing up in your business like a multi-6-figure CEO that you fucking are. The powerhouse that you are. The woman who is here to create waves in our industry. This is what I'm going to be sharing with you in Money Magnetism. The habits, the strategies, and the mindset shift that is needed to propel you from a hobby to a multi-6-figure business. I'm so fucking excited. It starts on the 18th of July. I'll leave the link below. It's going to be happening over 3 weeks, and it's truly going to change your fucking life.